If round 2 can even come close to the chaos created by round 1, this is going to be one heck of a postseason. Hello everyone, I'm Drew Goldfarb, and this is part 1 of our 2-part preview of the NHL Conference Semifinals. The opening round was completely insane, with the top team in each conference being ousted almost immediately, a 3-1 series deficit comeback completed with a Game 7 overtime win, and more. We'll be breaking down the round 2 matchups based on the start date for each series, not by conferences, and we're starting with the series that begin play on Thursday. The Columbus Blue Jackets are the team with the most rest, and the first to get back on the ice for round 2. After sweeping the President's Trophy winners to earn their first postseason series victory in franchise history, the Jackets are riding high. While trade deadline acquisition Adam McQuaid remains injured, the Jackets' headline deadline acquisition of forward Matt Duchene has paid off already. Duchene leads the team with 3 goals and 7 points in their 4 wins against Tampa. Artemi Panarin, who some thought the Jackets might have traded away at the deadline, sits right behind Duchene with 2 goals and 5 points. And the same kind of production goes for goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky, who held the Bolts to just 8 goals over the course of 4 straight wins. For round 2, they'll face the Boston Bruins, the 2 seed in the Atlantic Division. Boston had a tougher time with their opening round opponent as the Toronto Maple Leafs took the Bees to 7 games. Leafs actually held a 3-2 series lead before Boston topped Toronto 4-2 in Game 6 and then ran away with a 5-1 win in Game 7. It's the second straight season the Bruins bounced Toronto in round 1. While Boston fell to Tampa in round 2 last year, they'll enter this round as the favorites. The Bruins get home ice advantage for round 2 and currently sit as pretty big favorites considering what the Jackets just did at Tampa Bay. That said, Columbus isn't labeled quite as big of a long shot for round 2 as they were in round 1, but they're still underdogs. Home ice didn't really mean anything in Boston's series with Toronto as the Bees went 2-2 at TD Garden. Columbus and Boston squared off 3 times in the regular season, with all of those meetings happening in the final month. The teams split the games played in Ohio, with the Bruins winning in overtime in the only contest played in Boston. I don't think Boston's money line makes that a favorable wager given Columbus's performance thus far, and I'm intrigued by the Jackets' potential, especially with a payout of roughly 3-2 on a wager on Columbus. Fire the cannons! I'm picking the Jackets to win the series. The Western Conference semis open with another wildcard team in action on Thursday. The Dallas Stars managed to take down the Nashville Predators in 6 games on the backs of a big series from Big Ben Bishop. The Dallas netminder held Nashville to 3 goals or fewer in every game of the series, giving up just 14 total over the 6-game series. Offensively, the Stars showed up as the top line of Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, and Alexander Radulov combined for 7 goals and 18 points. Their round 2 opponent will be the St. Louis Blues. Always a popular pick to go deep into the postseason, St. Louis also rode the wave of a mostly lights-out performance from their goaltender, Jordan Binnington. Aside from a 6-3 loss in Game 3, St. Louis held Winnipeg to just 10 goals in the other 5 contests. Strangely in that series, the road team won each of the first 5 games before St. Louis stopped that streak with a series-clinching win at home in Game 6. While the Blues get the home ice advantage, Dallas won the regular season series pretty handily, taking home wins in 3 of the 4 meetings, including wins in both games played in St. Louis. Binnington started 3 of those 4 contests, going 1-2. The money line odds have already fluctuated a little bit, but St. Louis enters the series as the favorites, with the numbers looking pretty similar to the Columbus-Boston money line. With each team having a hot goaltender and a really strong top line, we'll have to look at the depth to make a pick here. I do think St. Louis takes this series, but I wouldn't disagree with putting a small bet on the Stars at their odds because Bishop and that top line can be dangerous. Ultimately, I think that St. Louis is the team that will be moving on to the conference finals. So who do you think makes it to the next round? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure to come back to the Odds On Favorites YouTube channel and gamblingsites.org soon for part 2 of our Conference Semis preview. I'm Drew Goldfarb. See you next time.